Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the Studio Rats live number 56. Can you believe it? They've got us back for another week, even though we started this thing. But hey, welcome, everyone. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
He's over there. I'm going to share the link to the show, so anybody who wants to come and join us live on air. Live on air? Is it live on the line? On the line. Whack that in your browser and you can join us and we'll add you into the show. Come and chat for a bit. It's always nice to say hello. It's good that so many of you are joining us early doors, which is great. Mr. Drew, what have you been up to so far this week?
I've had a nightmare this week and I want to talk about it. And I'm not going to mention any names, but I've been doing. So there's a new product coming out, which I had to do it. We had to do a song for. Okay.
Oh,
and, you know, the world as it is that people are doing vocals in far off places and then sending as opposed to, being in the same studio. And when I say far off places, I mean like the north of England, which is, for me, that's like anything past the Thames, north. Anyway,
mate, I'm not in the north. Anyway,
okay. And I got the vocals back. I haven't told you this yet. I got the vocals back. So basically, this is what I asked for. I asked for a lead vocal, 2 doubles.
Yeah.
So I can pan them left and right. Some harmonies. That's it.
Right.
The lead vocal comes in.
Yeah.
The singer, I'm not going to mention the name because it's not someone that's well known, but it's someone that's had some publicity.
Is it someone who should know better?
That, I think anyone should know better if you've been in a recording studio before. Okay. So this person sang the vocal, and then the double track sort of missed out some words, just sort of forgot the words. On another part of the song, got the words wrong.
Right.
Did it twice, obviously. You know, one was okay, one was like messed up. Sent me the vocals. And then is pissy that I've asked them to do it again. What
the next thing I was thinking you were going to say was, and is now pissy that I haven't paid them yet.
well, yeah, I haven't. But honestly, what is the thing is now is like, because so many people can do vocals in their house, it doesn't cost a lot of money anymore.
No.
But oh my God, the amount of people that can't actually record vocals or even think that that's acceptable. I mean, you know, this song's going to be released in a fashion. And what does she think that there's software that's going to replace the words that she got wrong or something?
Okay, so we've
I said she.
We've narrowed it down to about 50% of the singing population of the globe. It's a she. Blimey.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Ready.
Mr. Olsen, you are a star. Campari. Well, by the way, everyone. By the way, everyone. The very kind Mr. David Olsen has given us some money. And whenever someone does a super chat, whatever it's called, you have to say what we've got to spend that money on. And it's got to be
a ridiculous girly alcohol,
something like that. So Campari and soda. So thank you very much, David.
The moment kind of, I'd love a baby sham. I should do it with this voice. I'd love a. Oh, that's not right.
Oh no, everything's. This is not good. Do you want to do it? Do you want to just pretend that you didn't get that wrong? Go on, do it one more time.
I'd love a baby sham.
That is actually my voice, though, rather than the effect.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice. Well, that's quite impressive. Yeah. So that's my. There's been other things going on,
right?
Do you want to talk about them, or should we just move on to you? We can talk about them in a minute. What have you been up to?
All right. So we have a little event that we're planning that at the moment that Paul is joining me down in sunny Bournemouth for some cheerleading action next week. But I have been commissioned to write 3 sort of background, underscores for some video. So I've been doing that. So I've been digging out my synth, my virtual instrument collection, which doesn't get dusted off that often, to be honest. So they wanted something modern sounding with kind of Paul Drew airy guitars and loads of delay and stuff. So that was been quite good fun. But what it has meant is, because I have no guitar amps here at the moment, I've had to really dig in and learn a lot more of the ye olde quad Cortex.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I'm now starting to be. I won't say I'm a quad Cortex ninja or ninja, but I'm quite happy now dragging in blocks and changing stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it is good. It is
Very cool
really
thing.
good. Have you downloaded any of my presets that I've created? You could have saved yourself a bit of a bother there.
I haven't actually worked out how to do that yet.
But you need to download the app onto your phone.
Yeah, I've got that.
And then literally you
can show me next week, because
we'll do that.
Because here's the big news. Because we're both going to be down in the same place, down in sunny Bournemouth, next Wednesday night show will be a double header, me and him, in the same building, which I think's pretty cool, actually.
I can feel the excitement from the people that are watching. It's not actually going to be any different for them, apart from we might be spending David Olsen's money on Campari and soda, so we might be a little bit half cut.
And Larry North, who is another one of the brethren who joins us, will also be in the house, literally in the house. So I'm hoping he'll be able to join us as well. It should be good fun. Something slightly different, slightly more crazy than usual.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be really nice. Some good comments. First, should we start with some comments?
Yes, let's dive in.
Okay, Bruce says, Paul, you need a new picture for your waiting page. You look like you're on stage in a tiny club and the person on stage next to you just passed some nasty gas or something.
That was a still from the video we did with, I've forgotten his name. Is it Chris? Chris from Hero.
Chris?
Forgotten
his name.
Track we did.
Yeah. What's the name of the song?
Can't remember, but it was about this time last year, wasn't it? When it went out, because it was.
Was it
a little way into lockdown?
I think you're right. I think it was actually
a year old. Yeah.
Wow. Good evening, Sophie. Sophie's in the house. David Stockton's in the house. David Brose is in the house. Phil McNally. Hi, Phil. Howdy from Sebastian, Florida, from Mike. Good day from Brisbane. God, everyone's in today.
Great work.
Stephen Robinson's St Albans VT. Where's VT?
VT. I actually don't know. Stephen, where's VT? Because
yeah, you can tell us what VT is.
Because we're geographically initiated, clearly.
Okay. Pound Tacos. Have you guys done a tutorial on the pitch shift on the Katana? Yes.
Well, he has.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've done that. Yes. Have a look at all the Katana videos. I'm sure you'll find it there.
Wow. Newfoundland in Canada as well. Good work.
Oh, nice. God, we've got people. There's people from all over the place.
All over the world. It's like we're on the World Wide Web.
Mike Pinion says, "Was that girl Pete?" The singer. So funny enough, I'll tell you a little story about Pete. You might even be watching
or listening.
So originally, so we're doing this track for the track is for Synchro Arts, the company that do that. They're really clever software. They've got a new version, something coming anyway. Funny enough, Pete. So, okay, we chose the song. Mm-hmm. I heard it once, and then I asked Pete to send me all the files so I could prepare it and mix it and do all that sort of stuff. Pete sends me the wrong song. I didn't realize it was the wrong song. I send it off to Synchro Arts. So,
whoops.
So yeah. No, Pete's involved in certain ways. Lick your palms when you shake hands. Sharing is caring.
Under normal circumstances, I would say that, but maybe not right now.
Good evening, Michael. Bruce is in the house. I'll have goosebumps all week, anticipating next week double head. Oh, Vermont. Oh, very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Pound Tacos Vermont, I'd imagine. Evening chaps, by the way. Hi, David. And thanks again. David also, Dave Rose, Vermont. None from your place, but all over the world. Awesomes. So, should we talk about what's turned up this week?
Yes, please do. Please do. Show me some goodness.
So that turned up. That's really good. I did the video on that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Does it indeed make the most versatile amp in the world even more versatile?
It does. It's really clever. It's really clever because you see this little knob here, this little pot. I mean, I don't know how he does it because it's all controlled from a mono guitar lead. So you take a mono guitar lead out of there, plug it into the amp one, and it lights up. So there's power coming to this. And all the switching. Oh, you don't sound impressed so far. And
only because I think I know how it's done.
Okay, and so you can push I can push the boost button and I can change, and I can have all of the different amps that are built in. I can change the gain for each of the amps, save it to a patch.
That's clever.
That's really clever. And master volumes. You can change the volume for each patch and a power soak. Absolutely genius.
Cool. Expensive?
200 and something, 220 quid.
So that and an amp one is what, about $1,000?
No, not even that. 800 and maybe 900 quid actually.
That's a really powerful solution though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I think it was Mike actually that made the comment about all the, if you add all the things together, and it does end up quite expensive. But it is, I mean, what it does is it is very really clever.
Very cool.
Great. And it's really useful. Yeah. Welcome to the world of digital electronics. Okay, tell me, how's it done then?
It's just digital. It's just a digital stream. It's
digital.
Yeah, it's just a digital control signal. That's all it is.
But it's sent. Oh no! See,
you only have to have two connections, mate. A plus and a ground.
So why isn't all MIDI done through a single jack lead then?
Because MIDI is from the 70s.
Ah, it's magic. Apparently,
MIDI is from the 70s. Remember,
right?
And MIDI is actually no, I'm not going to start saying things like this because my electronics knowledge could let me down. But basically, MIDI is a 5-pin connection, isn't it?
Yeah.
Only three of the cables, 3 of the pins are actually connected.
What's the other two doing? It's just a DIN, 5-pin DIN. Okay,
5-pin DIN.
Right.
There's only three of the pins are connected. You've got a plus, a minus, and an earth.
But okay, so, but it is quite clever. I mean, if you got someone like Thomas Blug, who's a great guitar player, so he's a guitar player and he designs amplifiers as well.
Yeah, certainly.
Genius. Oh, hold on. Oh, there's some experts in the house.
Oh, careful.
And it's great. So Mike says it was that's $250 US.
Right, that's good.
Yeah. Good. Paul, welcome to the world of digital electronics. Safety says curious about the new Ampex from Blue Guitar. The Wow Edition. Sorry, Safety, you might need to retype that word. Is would you record with it and not use
the real? I would say that's the real question.
The real question is well done. Would you record with it and not use any other amps? I think the Ampex. Yeah, I think if you just want one amp,
right.
I mean, I'll talk about something else in a minute. But if you just want one amp, you might be able to see that just in between my next thing I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
If you just want one amp that does a lot, yeah, it's great.
Cool. Very cool.
Where are we? It's magic. I mean, yeah, it is magic, definitely. Stephen Robson, yep. Hey, Paul, purchased a second-hand blue Iridium. Sounded great. Thanks for your advice last week and videos. Only thing I find the reverb very quiet, even when it's full on. Is that right? Yes. I would say you bought the Iridium. That's the same one, isn't it? That's the black one.
Yeah,
That's
I think
what I've got here. Yes, I think the reverb is quiet. I mean, I don't think it's more. It's more than. I don't think it's like, oh, I'd need any more. But then maybe I like a bit of reverb. James, yeah. But I mean, what I would do, I mean, the reverb's great. The reverb's great, but you're not gonna. It isn't gonna replace, a really high quality reverb pedal.
Right.
And just use it in the effects loop.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but well done. That was a good. That was a good buy. MIDI is not bidirectional. It's not bidirectional.
That is true, because hence you've got 3 pins.
Hold on.
One up, one down, and a ground.
Hold on a second. Then how do you... Oh, that's why... Okay, MIDI in and out.
That's why you have... Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I see. You got to have 2 cables.
Yes.
But that's it. So a single guitar lead is bidirectional.
It's digital. It's different.
So clever. I don't understand. I just play the guitar. I don't know what's going on.
And some would argue about that. Hey, I did my first session in the house today.
Did you?
My first drumming session in the house.
How does the house sound?
It's gonna hurt me to say this.
Right.
Because of the product I was doing the video for, I could only use 7 mics. Because there are 7 mics
perfect.
In this particular kit, as in a case of drum mics.
Okay.
And so kick, snare, 3 toms.
Oh God, it's great.
And a pair of overheads, 7 mics.
Right, all you got to do there, just lose a tom, and it'd be perfect.
So, kick, snare, 3 toms, pair of overheads, 7 mics, and it sounded really, really good. I mean, it sound okay. I've now split my overheads, so because I can, I've got to be a bit more height.
Nice.
And do you know what? It sounded knockout.
Oh.
And what was really scary was the whole kit and caboodle of 7 microphones was less than 150 quid.
Wow. What is some sort of Toman Chinese made stuff?
Well, it's studio spares. So yes, it is Chinese, but it's actually really nice stuff. The small diaphragm pencil condensers sounded great for overheads. All dynamics, everything else. Bit of processing, a bit of, let's face it, a bit of magic CLA drums. And I went, this sounds killer. The real trick, though, as with all drums, is phase. I put auto align across everything, centered on the snare, and the whole kit just went zing.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I had these up as kind of side baffles.
Nice.
Some of these, I had to try. The problem was it was for filming as well. So I don't know if you can see through, but there's a window at the back. There's windows either end of this room.
Okay.
And the curtains are quite thin. So short of trying to find my big old heavy green curtains and then it still show through, I put a couple of these in the window.
Oh, nice.
So not only did it block out the light, but I think it helped the sound as well.
Oh yeah, nice.
And it worked really well. The drum sound here is great. So and I haven't upset my neighbours because I've said to them, I play drums, and they went, "That's nice, dear." And I said, if it's ever too much, just let me know.
That's the thing I would not say to someone if I had a semi-detached.
I don't want to know about you and your semi.
if I had a semi-detached, very good. If I had a semi-detached and someone lived next to me and they knocked on my door and said, "Oh, by the way, I play drums," I would not say, "Oh, that's nice, dear."
She said, "Are you any good?" I said, "Well, I've been doing it long enough." And she went, "Well, you're probably all right then. That'll be fine." I think she just couldn't handle the idea of having some kid thrashing away for hours and hours on end. I said, it won't be for very long, but it might be a little disturbing. It won't be late at night or early in the morning. It'll be very sensible and stuff. And she was lovely and great. Winning.
I haven't used auto align, but Michael says it's a must-have. I don't think I've ever used it.
It is awesome. It just makes everything. It gets rid of the fog.
That's the thing about a drum kit that's always the thing, isn't it? If it hasn't been completely phase aligned, there's always something that's not quite, and you can't put you can't work it out what it is.
Yeah.
And then once you phase align everything, It does. Everything just goes and opens up and sounds great.
And it's all very dependent on, especially with AutoLine. If you're not aware of this particular plugin, what it does is it takes a kind of, you have a master microphone, which I always call the focus point.
Yeah.
And then other microphones then basically reference that microphone and line up to it. And you do them one at a time, one channel at a time. And depending on what you make the focal point, I usually do the snare, because obviously the snare is the center of the kit. Most things are kind of out from the snare. It's just genius. It does a magical thing. Stephen Robinson has just put, what does phase alignment mean other than the obvious in terms of sound waves? Well,
that's pretty much
think of it like this, and I'm going to show it this way. So we've got, let's talk in terms of a guitar speaker, because it's the easiest way to do it. So here is my guitar speaker, and here is my first microphone here. And let's say it's 6 inches away. Now, microphone number 2 is 10 inches away. And the time it takes to get from microphone number 1, the sound for from microphone number 1 to microphone number 2, it may not be, the sound waves may not line up and be what we refer to as in phase. Perfectly in phase would be both microphones absolutely next to each other, because they're getting the sound at the same time, and that's what we're trying to do.
Can I interrupt? So as Stephen says, so think of your sound wave like that. So if one microphone is there at the start of the sound wave, another microphone is, say, like there at the bottom of the sound phase, they're out of phase with each other. Yep. So that's the worst case scenario.
Absolutely. So what you actually want is, even if they're in a different place, you want the sound waves to all be at the peak, or all be at the trough, or all be crossing the null point. You don't want one microphone to have its a signal hitting up here, one to hit down here, because it's out of phase and sounds. It won't necessarily sound bad. It just sounds foggy. Now, with a drum kit, put 7, 8, 12 microphones on a kit, and you've got 12 times the fog, which is, part of the deal.
Yeah, and I love that. Anything that can fix the phase like that, that's I'm well up for. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
to get that.
It's
okay.
Genius.
So go back a bit. Sophie said I meant questions. Sorry, thanks, Sophie. Yeah, I think James worked that out. David says he saw Thomas Blug at a guitar show a couple of years ago. Superb player and mad as a balloon.
Yeah, I'm sure I've met him as well, and yes, completely bonkers. But man, what a player! Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player, isn't he? Yeah, I like he's got nice tones. He's got some nice guitars as well.
Yes. Before you came on, actually, I was watching a brilliant video on the history of boogie, or boogie and then Mesa Boogie. Yeah. Very interesting video. Yeah.
Who did it? Not 5 Watt World.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's really
very knowledgeable.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Mad as a balloon. I've never heard that. I like that.
Mad as a box of frogs is my normal one.
Mad as a box of frogs. Stephen Robinson says, with all these amps like the Katana with built-in effects, or boards without amps like that one, or digital software, how do you decide what to actually use professionally? That is a really good point. That's a really good question. I don't know.
But it's a difficult one, because professionally is what works for you. And let's face it, in most environments, depending on your level of professional, because there are lots of them, pub banders, guys who do 3 nights a week, could be professional. That's probably what they do. The function circuit is certainly full of a lot of professional players, as is the touring world. You could be the hired gun next to top named act, or you could be in a well-known band. All those people are professional. For me, at the level I'm at, it's, but with a guitar, bass, drums, whatever, I want the gear to sound as good as it can with minimum setup time and hassle, because 9 times out of 10, you are going to be rushed to get in. You're going to rush to sound check. You're not going to get any nice tweaking time and fettling time. It's just going to be set up, go, play. That's
Yep.
how it is. So for me, it's all about minimum fuss. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have a pedal board with all your lovely pedals on or a really complicated rig, but you've got to get it to a point where, for example, if you're doing the 4-cable method, bind all your cables together. Buy multi-core, use multi-core cable, make it so it's idiot proof. Use D-sub cables where you can, because they're quicker and you don't get the wiring the wrong way around. Make your rig, your gig rig, absolutely idiot proof so you can do it really quickly. It doesn't mean it has to be simple, but it has to be reliable and it has to be, idiot proof to put together. That's the trick for me. I'm professional.
Yeah, I'm more like it has to sound good. I think there's so many things that sound great in the studio, and then you take them out live and you go, hold on a second, what's going on here? This doesn't sit in the mix or doesn't sit with the band very well. I don't mind. I would personally, I'm a little bit different to James. I would rather a little bit more hassle and a better sound, so I enjoyed that gig than that's light, that's small.
No, I'm not saying that. What
Okay.
I'm saying is get the gear that you like, but make it so your rig is idiot proof.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be cheap. Doesn't have to be light. I know piano players who won't take a proper 88 note weighted board because they're so bloody heavy, and yet I know guys who play better on an 88 note weighted. So that's what they take to gigs.
Yeah,
that's what they ask for on flyaway dates. They don't ask for any cheap shit 76 note keyboard. They want a weighted board. That's what you ask for. That's what you get. Whenever we used to do flyaway dates with the talent, I always said, I want, DW Yamaha Tama high-end drum kit with fresh heads. I don't want to play someone else's heads. Only a couple of times I actually got it, but I did jump up and down once when they sent me, we're in Dubai and this drum kit turned up that had Fisher Price on it.
What?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It wasn't, but it might as well have had Fisher Price on it. It was ridiculous.
Really?
I said, this is not a drum kit I'm going to play tonight. You need to, and this was on New Year's Eve at the Burj Al Arab. You need to sort it out. About 2 hours later, after me jumping up and down and basically storming off the gig, a DW turned up.
Nice.
That's a professional kit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When I gig, I still take out 4 toms. I still take out lots of cymbals, but everything is marked. Everything's got memory locks on it. Everything's color coded, so it's quick. That's the trick. Quick does not mean simple or cheap. Quick means efficient and tried and tested. The place to test your new pedal board is not on the wedding that you've got 45 minutes for the whole band to get set for.
It never goes. I don't think I've ever done a gig where there's been enough time for anything, even like touring and stuff.
I'm always a believer. So when we used to do the flyaway jobs, like Dubai or Abu Dhabi for New Year's Eve, we had a long sound check, and I'd basically go up in the morning, go for a swim, whatever, then go straight to the venue. The kit would have turned up. I can then have all my stuff set, and I can be comfortable by the time any of the other band turn up, because I want that 15-20 minutes to play the kit.
And you're gonna do a Litchfield gig, and you're gonna see what absolute chaos.
No, because I've done them. I did them for 14 years with the talent. I've done those, but we went from being a pub band to being a high-end function circuit band.
Sure.
We still did weddings where you had to get in with midway through the father of the bride's speech and do it quietly and not sound check until the first song, until the first dance. I hate it as well. And then, of course, halfway through the first song sound check, some moron comes and says, "It's a bit loud."
The classic we had once was basically this old woman just came up to Mike Barnes, drummer.
I do, yeah.
And she said, "Is there going to be noise?" And that is the stupidest question I've ever heard in my life.
My normal answer to people is, yeah. Loads of it.
Yeah. And you ever
Right.
get like the old woman that just like, stands at the front of the stage and does this?
Yeah, at the front of the stage. I've done gigs on ships where it was ridiculous. We had to do a morning set, like a 10 o'clock gig, 10 a.m. gig, and nobody wanted to hear us play. So we'd start doing sort of jazz and stuff. One bloke sat in front of at his chair in front of the stage reading a paper.
Why?
And I was like, you don't get it. I mean, the idea of a morning gig for anyone is utterly shocking. We didn't do many of them, but occasionally we had to. Back when I was doing ships, I was like, oh God, I hate this. I absolutely hate this. Someone sat there reading a paper. It's like you're spoiling their morning.
I've never done this. Oh, I have done a ship gig. Yes, I have. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? I hope that answers your question, Steve. We just went off on a tangent, but yeah, I haven't tried the Amp one. I'm going to try the Amp one the next gig that I do. I'm going to try the Amp one because I'd like to see how well that performs.
Cool.
I think that whole pedal board, just that with a couple of pedals, on a pedal board, fixed down, straight into a speaker. That's just like easy job. Yep,
totally.
So my opinion says £2,000 US for the whole package, cab included. The only thing is, and from your comment, Mike, on the video, you mentioned about I've forgotten what it's called. It's like the cab. It's like a cab. It's basic cab modeler.
Right.
Little thing you plug into it. I mean, you don't need that personally. I wouldn't buy that. Actually, well, I haven't tried it, but I probably wouldn't buy that.
Right.
So that would reduce it by, I don't know. I think I think the Amp one is more expensive in the US.
It would make sense at the moment.
Yeah. Why is that? Why are things more expensive in the US at the moment?
Because if it's German, it's probably it's all to do with Trump and his taxes and his what's the word? Tariffs.
So is it cheaper for us to buy from the US at the moment?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think Brexit put pay to that.
Oh well, I hope so because I still haven't paid for that PRS yet. That's coming. Anyway, for the whole package, sounds like a thing on Amazon, like that thing on Amazon Prime Day. What was that?
Well, Amazon Prime Day was today and yesterday. I've bought a ton of stuff.
Have you? What you bought?
Oh, nothing very exciting. I've bought some I bought some new what's it called? Ring stuff for the house, a couple more cameras and things.
Oh yeah, like Ring doorbell stuff,
yeah, and Ring cameras and some floodlights and stuff, so I can have floodlights on the house, floodlights on the new studio, cameras on both, internal cameras. So basically, when I'm away, I can just watch them.
Nice one. Oh, spy on your missus. Make sure she hasn't got someone coming around when you're out.
Make sure. What was it? Was it yours?
No. Let's not go there. No. No. Okay. Auto line is a must-have.
It is.
Oh, Blue needs to make a package deal. They do. They definitely need to make a package deal. That would make sense. That would make complete sense.
Yeah.
Really good idea. Auto line makes the low end focused. That's a good way of explaining it.
Yes, it's genius.
Okay, we did that like the old way they did delay. Yes, sort of with speaker arrays and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. I think of noise cancelling headphones. Signals in the phase add to each other. Signals out of phase cancel each other. Excellent.
That's absolutely right. That's how you can get the whole. You ever listen to voice cancelling headphones?
Voice cancelling headphones. No.
Well, you know what it does is it cancels out the center image. Normally, vocal is bang in the center, isn't it?
So it's kick drum and snare.
Yeah. So do you remember stereos in the 80s that had a voice, remove the voice button? All it did was it kept phase flip thing.
So you said headphones, but yes, I do remember that as well. Yeah, that's
terrible stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Bruce says he's as mad as a balloon, but unfortunately, it did not make him a great guitar player. I'm sure you're better than you think. Shahabar is in the house. Hello, fellas. Quick questions. Chorus, flanger, vibrato, front of the amp, or effects loop? I personally find it sounds better in the front.
Depends on the amp. Some amps don't play nicely with effects in the front. My Chandler definitely doesn't. I would normally put all of those in the effects loop. Normally,
that's a really good question because all of those are basically delay effects.
Yeah. Well, vibrato's not.
Oh no, vibrato isn't, is it? Yeah, of course.
Is a pitch
modulation.
Yeah.
I
would say personally, I put them in the loop.
I think I would too. I think I like, not unless, okay, you know, if you want that sort of classic Hendrix
Univibe sound, yeah, that's definitely
yeah, that's definitely front. Yeah, maybe it's different if you're. The only thing that I wouldn't want to do is to. Okay, let's say chorus. I reckon flanger. If you want that big sort of sweeping, yeah, exactly, definitely in the front of the amp. Chorus. You see, the things. If you go, this is the way that I look at things. If you go guitar into chorus into the front of the amp and you distort the amp, basically you're distorting the chorus.
Yes.
If you go in the effects loop, you're chorusing the distortion.
Yes.
Which sounds very, very different.
Very. And depending on what you like personally, depends on what you might choose to go for.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. I mean, I know that that pedal show guys, they're all in the front of the amp as far as I can see, but they use very high or normally very high headroom amps.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't get that. I personally like low headroom amps, but anyway.
Yeah, you're thinking things like high watts and stuff like that, where you've got.
Yeah, or yeah, big sort of powerful, you know, twins, Fender twins, Marshalls, you know, high powered Marshalls, things that, you know, don't. I like the sound of a guitar hitting that ceiling.
Do you like the sound of a guitar clean on the verge of breakup?
I do, funny enough. Exactly. And that's easier to get with the low headroom. Okay. Bruce says nothing is idiot proof. Trust me, I've played with lots of idiots. All of my equipment, Bruce says, all of my equipment and cabling is color coded, including the mics, which are color coded to match the faders on the console. Genius.
I'll do that.
Genius idea. I've never heard that.
I do that with the radios. The ring on the radio mic is the same color as the channel on the oh,
there's a cat outside. Oi! Get out of it.
On the 32 thing. What's it called?
Sorry, it's a cat outside.
Yeah, because of course you had to shout at everyone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Staring at me. How weird is that? Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, color on the ring of the handheld radio mic is the same color as the channel on the desk.
I like that. I like that. And if you're, I've never seen it before, but if you're, I guess you're front of house, and you know you want to turn up the singer, you can see the color. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So every day's a school day.
Oh yeah. Every learning day with Jivey.
David also says, no word of a lie, we did a morning gig in a trolley shelter at the Asda in the Metro Centre. Nasty. That is nasty.
The best. So on the same ship, the best ever morning gig we did was during the not the Isle of Man. They use it during the Le Mans 24-hour build up, and you get all the classic car nuts coming on the ship just to do the crossing. Because I worked on a ferry for a while. It wasn't long, but it was arduous. And the morning run would be the one that was full of the classic cars all going off to go and watch Le Mans. And this one time, there was a group of kind of hardened rockers who, quite big lads in leather, came on, and we were sort of chatting with them for a bit. And they said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, we thought we'd do something quiet." And they went, "Like that." 3 of them got up and played with us, and we did an hour and a half set. straight through because these guys just wanted to get up and have some fun in the morning. And I was like, do you know what? Actually, I think we can do that. The place was rammed. Best hour and a half in the morning I've ever played. It was awesome.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine that's a lot of fun. If you've got the right, if you've got like people going to do something like that, they're all up for it. That's
and they're all the same group. You know, they're all there for the same thing. It's a camaraderie thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice. Mike Pinion says Blue Box. That's the name of the speaker simulator.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Kreenar Silku guitar. Greetings, y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah, greetings, Kreenar. How's the YouTube channel going? Stephen Robinson, Prime Day. I meant the mic, the kit mic set.
Yes, but even on Prime Day, it's not on Amazon. Wait for the video that's going to come on the Studio Spares YouTube channel. It's brilliant. I mean, you know, I can play drums. I know how to make a good drum sound, but my God, these sounded good I was amazed how good the kit sounded with 7 very inexpensive mics. I'm not going to say cheap, but inexpensive mics. Amazing.
Nice. I saw that on there. Oh, maybe he's seen something similar. Yeah. RJB says Scarlett Johansson or Jessica Alba.
Scarlett Johansson every time.
Well, then we're not going to be fighting then, so that's absolutely fine.
Jessica Alba was great in Fantastic Four, right. the original one,
right?
But no, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow every day of the week. She's got better with age as well. When she was in that Woody Herman movie she did really early doors, I was like, what is all the fuss about? But the later Iron Man and the Marvel movies, yeah. Anywho,
yeah, James likes, you know, as old as possible from what I've heard. He's a bit into any sort of pensioners and stuff.
Graham,
huh?
Grim, stop.
The 80s. Xmas gift for Paul. Cats, lots of cats. I love cats. I don't like the one that comes in my garden and shits in my vegetable plot.
Oh, remind me not to have vegetables at your place.
Well, no, I've sorted it out now. This was like a couple of years ago, but I've got those little things that cat scarers now.
We've got those little things on our pumpkin patch, the ones that emit a really high, horrible noise that I can hear, and Jen says she can't. I'm like, hang on, I'm the drummer. I'm supposed to have shot hearing.
Yeah. James, looks like you're in an air duct. Can you light a lighter and say yippee-ki-yay, mother?
No, I can't, because we'll get
That's really good. Are you guys ever going to review the Fractal FM3?
I'd love to, but they won't send one.
We'd love to.
They do not send them out. You cannot get a demo review Fractal. Won't happen.
Bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
You have to buy one and then return it, which I'm not doing because they're not cheap.
So it's crazy. I can't believe that they don't. I mean, they're obviously brilliant. I've heard so many of them that I've heard so many amazing YouTube channels that use them that just think that's a great tone. Really impressed. Yeah, really impressed with them.
Yeah.
Where are we? Okay, Bruce Brooks. The best morning gig I ever did was the one that started at midnight and just kept going till the sun came up. Oh, that's nice.
I've done a few of those, I have to admit, as well.
Yeah, I like playing for fun. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I think I'd rather do gigs for fun than money.
You know what? I am exactly the same now. I'd much rather play with some of my mates in a pub, still be good,
yeah,
but have some fun,
yeah,
and earn, you know, £100 for a pub gig,
and
then do a £350 function and just want to hate my life because that's where I got to with it.
Do you know the thing about gigs as well? And I've got a gig coming up in a really, you know, one of the top swanky hotels in London. And it's that money. And I've got to learn, because there's a guest singer that's coming as well, some sort of famous singer from the 90s.
Mhm.
I've got to learn a set.
The same one who sang on that song that can't remember the lyrics of the middle eight or anything like that.
No. So I've got to learn their songs as well.
Mhm.
And you just go, actually, the amount of work that goes into a gig, I just want to have fun. And then you've got to drive up to London, you've got to park, you've got to pay congestion charge, all that.
Everyone says London gigs are great,
Oh,
and they're not. They're horrendous. Every function band says, "Oh, we'll be gigging in London one day."
oh.
Don't bother. Gig in all the stately homes and houses in the outlying world, because they're much easier.
Oh yeah, so much easier, aren't they? Where are we? Shahabar at Mike, I think they mentioned before that Fractal is a horrible policy that doesn't. Oh, there we go. Shahar answered. Mike Zimmerman. Oh, okay, that's too bad.
Yep.
Wonder what that was.
That was about Mike, who asked, "Will we ever review the Fractal?"
Oh, I see. Of course.
Your memory.
Sorry, I know, but I'm the one that has to read out all the questions.
Well, I'm just holding it together as usual.
I can read. James can't read yet.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, we would love to, though, Mike. If you know anyone at Fractal, or you want to send them an email saying that I'd like these guys to do a review, I'd love to. Absolutely. Bruce Brooks, 59 Les Paul or 59 Strat? Who cares? I wouldn't kick either one out of bed. Well, what about you, James?
It would be the Strat for me.
I think I'm probably with you.
It would be the Strat. I'd love the Les Paul, but it's a one-trick pony. I mean, I've heard Joe Bonamassa do his. Here's how to get so many different tones out of a Les Paul, but he's Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah,
I'm James Ivy. I would get more variation out of a Strat than out of a Les Paul.
Mind you, if someone's going to give me one,
I'll have either.
No. I'll take the Les Paul. Worth more money.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Worth more money. Hi guys, upgraded from a Katana 50 to 100 and can't believe how much better the 100 sounds. Does the 100 have better speaker? Can't find the specs. I don't think it does. It's probably just more efficient, to be honest.
It's probably just a better circuit.
Yeah, I think the power amp in it is maybe better. Oh, great! I'm pleased that you're that it was worth the upgrade. James has got the just to make you think about other things. Now James has got the 2x12, which I thought sounded really good.
Yes, it does sound nice. But I like a 2x12 cabinet. I just do.
Yeah. What, you didn't like a gig in Tufnell Park? Where's Tufnell Park?
North London.
I don't know that one. Okay. Tufnell.
I've played the Tufnell Park Tavern, which was actually quite a famous jazz venue in the 60s and 70s. Everyone has played there. And I did a really shitty works do in there, and it was average at best.
Right. It's funny, isn't it? Don't you think it's funny how, I mean, I know that, we're musicians and stuff, but you go and see, or you go to a pub, or you go to a wedding, and there's a band there that's pretty shocking, and people love it. It doesn't matter, does it?
We listen with very different ears, mate. I learned that a long time ago.
But it's almost like it's ruined, isn't it? It's ruined. Your ears are ruined because, I mean, even when a song comes on, being a producer, when a song comes on the radio, I'm not listening to the song. I'm listening to, oh, that snare sounds nice, or oh, that's an interesting chord progression, or
we listen to it. I wish I could switch it off.
Yeah.
I wish I could just, sometimes with a band, I wish I could just, I think but when you do see a band and they're amazing, even a holiday camp or a function band or anything like that, and they're really good, you really get into it.
Oh, yeah.
When they're dog average or below average, and just go, and unfortunately, that's where musician snobbery comes in. Because I know I've been that guy stood at the back, and you can spot musicians a mile off, can't you, at a gig?
Mm-hmm.
You just can. And I know I've sat at the back and gone, oh God, they're awful. I know I have.
Hey, there's I had a friend over the other day, and he reminded me of the time.
What?
I know. And he reminded me of the time when we did. Well, there was a couple of gigs where we didn't have a bass player. Couldn't get a bass player for the gig.
Right.
So, but all of the so there was like the backing. There was always backing tracks that were played along. Backing vocals, keyboard parts, and stuff. And there was so they had a couple of this. This was all on mini disc at the time, believe it or not.
Right.
So there was a different mini disc with bass or without bass,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. Drums without drums, that sort of thing. So just in case something happened,
Yeah.
you could still do the gig.
Yeah.
And there was a guy. He was the DJ. He's like an old friend of mine, but he was the DJ that used to come around with the band.
Yeah.
And he played a bit of bass, but he was miming. He was basically miming the bass, which it was basically like a MIDI bass.
Yeah.
Like a general MIDI bass that was playing along with it. And not apparently, this bass player came up to him at the end of the gig and just said he couldn't believe how great his bass tone was.
I used to have people come up to me when I was playing guitar on ships. I'd have people come up to me and say, "Are you playing that?" And I'm like, "No, mate, I'm miming." Take my hands off and go, "Gang!" Go,
Yeah.
Come on, work it out.
Okay. Tough to know. Hey guys, I know it's a bit of name dropping. Could you tell us some of the artists you have played with for over the years and any highlights?
Okay.
Oh, come on, you got a couple of good ones.
I've got 3 good ones.
Go on then.
I've got 3 really good ones. I did a one night dep for Jules Holland.
What, in the Jules Holland Big Band?
It was at the time. It was the Jules Holland Big Band, not the Rhythm and Blues Orchestra.
Oh, nice! That's a good gig.
I was at university in London, and they were playing at the Regent Theatre in Ipswich. Gilson Lavis apparently was projectiling out of both ends, and they said, "We need to get a dep." And one of the guys at the theatre said, "You need James Ivey. He's local." And I was in London, and I got a phone call, left college early, drove back home effectively, picked up my kit and set up at the Regent, jammed with Jules and my now friend Dave Swift and his brother and Chris on Hammond and stuff for about 20 minutes. And Jules said, "Yeah, you'll be fine." Yeah, you'll be fine. And that was my induction to playing with Jules Holland, which was good fun. I have gigged at a charity gig in central London with one Mr. Robert Williams. One nighter again. We were the house band. Robbie came on and sang Angels.
Did he? I bet he did.
It was right at the height of Robbie's Just Left Take That. Angels has come out and it's the biggest song in the world.
That was big at the time.
And he was an absolute of the highest order. The band was amazing. I got the gig because some friends of mine were the arrangers in the sax section. He said, "You can come and do it. It's an easy gig." And it was a proper celeb Christmas do. Everyone, Mariella Frostrup was doing a reading, and so was doing a reading. It was a proper celeb night, and Robbie came and sang.
I've got a story about Mariella Frostrup, but it's definitely not repeatable.
And the other one, the other 2 chaps from Newcastle I've played with. I did a 2-night dep with PJ and Duncan, who are these days better known as Ant and Dec.
Wow, that's the big time. See, James hit the big time. PJ and Duncan. Did you do Ready to Rumble?
We certainly did. I remember the thing about that gig was they were trying to use the actual sounds from the record, triggered from an acoustic kit. And this is a long time ago, and it was like, do, do, do. I was like, this is actually unplayable. We tried to offset the click, so I'd be in time with the click and everyone else would then follow me.
Right.
It was so horrendous. We ended up just using the acoustic kit sounds. It was so bad. The triggers were so latent. It was horrendous. but and I think this is the learning curve, and this is something I'm very humble about these days. After doing those 3 gigs in fairly quick succession, like in about sort of 6 to 8 months while I was at uni, I thought I'd cracked the London scene.
Right.
And I probably thought I was a bit too big for my boots. And I might have opened my mouth a few times and thought, oh, this is great. The big time I've hit it. Yes. And of course, the phone didn't ring. A lot of it didn't ring.
What did you do?
Oh, I think I probably just opened my mouth a few too many times. Got a bit too drunk. You know,
No one likes a dick. No
I
one
was
likes
a good
a dick.
I was a good player, but if you're a dick and an average player, they're going to go for the nice guy who is a nearly average player. You get a gig from being out of play. You keep a gig from being a nice, normal human being, not from being a dick.
Which you're trying to say that you're a bit of a dick, or you were a bit of a dick?
I've been a bit of a dick. I was 18. I was definitely a bit of a dick.
I've been a bit of a dick. I think everyone's been a bit of a dick. Okay, my favourite. I tell you what. So just so we can move on to other questions. I mentioned 2, and one was an audition that I didn't get that I would have loved to have got, which was Faithless.
Jamiroquai?
No, not the Jamiroquai one. I would have loved to got that one, but no, Faithless, which was. Do you remember Faithless?
Yeah.
I love Faithless. Yeah, tunes, absolute tunes, and because their live show is like all band, it's brilliant.
Could you get any sleep?
No, can't get no sleep. I love that tune. Oh God, it's so good.
Such a good riff as well.
Such a good riff. Such a good riff.
It's like if you I'm trying to think who's doing it at the moment. Pink and Rihanna.
Yeah.
When you hear their music, it's a pop production. When they go on tour, it's a rock band.
Yeah. Completely.
It's amazing. That's become a real thing. I mean, Pink's band are amazing, and Rihanna, obviously, she's got that Nuno Betancourt on guitar.
Never heard of him.
No, he won't come to much with a name like that.
Can't be any good. God, I mean, what a guitar player. And probably my favourite person I've ever played with, if you guys might know, is Roachford, Andy Roachford. I did some studio stuff with him.
Cool.
Really talented, yeah, really good.
The daft thing was that having opened my gob and made myself out to be the world's greatest drummer, and clearly not being, I then started to work at FAB and started doing pop videos. And it was almost like a complete smack in the face, because I went from hardly ever meeting anybody vaguely famous or important to meeting everybody and having close quarters kind of contact with them. And you learn very quickly to be a humble, nice human being. And I learned that quickly. So I think I kind of redeemed myself a little bit. It was weird. We were watching Sky Arts the other night, and there was a Clapton gig on. And it must have been the Eric Clapton gig around the era of there was a song I did with him. I did the video with him.
Oh, okay.
Father's Eyes.
Oh yeah, cool.
Father's Eyes. Lovely song. Not a big Clapton rock number, but a really nice song. And I remember I said to my wife, so I did this song with Eric Clapton. She went, "Give Over." Sort of went flicking back through my really old sort of audio collection from donkeys ago, and there was a file dated 1996.
Wow.
So yeah, I've still got stuff from way back when. Scary.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Stephen says, Paul, on a couple of Katana videos, you use a parametric EQ to eliminate problem frequencies. Can you talk about problem frequencies or do a more deliberate video about them with the Katana? I've definitely done lots of videos about problem frequencies, but not with the Katana. So I'll explain it really quick. So think of get a parametric equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
Turn up the Q. Now the Q is basically the bell of the EQ. So imagine like a flat.
The sharpness. Yeah,
exactly. So imagine like a low Q is like that, and then you get a sharp Q, which is a point. Okay. So what that's done is it's made a very narrow frequency band, and then you can sweep that around. Then you boost it by, I don't know, 8 dB, 10 dB, 12 dB. And then you sweep that, you move the frequency around, aim for, a couple of problem frequencies. If guitars, for instance, between 200 and 350 hertz, You normally find like a point that goes woo, and harsh frequencies around about sort of 2K. So create that, find that frequency, and just dip it a little bit. So just find the frequency, so it's woofing, and then just reverse the
gain.
Invert the gain. Yeah, not by 12 dB. I mean, sometimes you do turn it down by 12 dB, but most of the time just notch it out, and you'll find that your ear will become, the more you do that, your ear becomes tuned to those problem frequencies, and you find them so quick.
Cool.
Hope that helps. But yes, I will do when I get my Katana back, because I've lent it to Simon. You know, Simon who did the telly shopping with James. I've lent it to him because I borrowed his Spark, which is over there. Yes, but I'll do on when the Katana comes back.
Cool.
Les Paul to Strat was a reference to Scarlett versus Jessica, a question. Yes, I think we sort of got that, but thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah. Well, it was nice to answer it as well, though. Since the Katana has a USB port, why don't they make a dongle and an iPad app? Well, it's funny. I think, I mean, this is, I guess the Katana's been around for some time now, even the Mark II. So when they bring out the Mark III, it's got to be Bluetooth.
You'd think, wouldn't you? So it could talk to your iPad or phone.
Without a doubt. I mean, they've got, the GT1000, the big GT1000 is Bluetooth. So I'm sure they'll do that. Katana 100 2x12 is better with two speakers. I have the 100 head and run it through my Katana 50, and it actually sounds better than through the 50. Oh, interesting. Interesting. A Bluetooth.
The 2x12 is a beast.
That's a dongle.
Yeah. The 2x12 is a beast of a box, but it is a great sounding box. Because I put creambacks in there, it sounds amazing.
Keith says, Jahar says, Kata dongle, and Keith says it's the wrong sort of USB for that. The USB is the device, you need USB host for that. Yeah, I don't.
It's the USB that's on it is interface style USB. So
yes, of course.
It's the slave, not the host, because the USB on a computer is host USB. Therefore, it can talk directly to other things. All that USB port is set up for is being an interface.
Someone said there was something recently. I did a review of something. See, this is pointless conversation, isn't it? I did a review of something, and someone said, "Oh, there's a USB dongle for that. And you can plug that in and then control it via Bluetooth." I can't think what it is, but if it comes back to me, I'll let you know.
There are things you can do. Like you can get, for example, like the page switches for iPads. So you can have a Bluetooth foot switches,
like the AirStep. AirStep, I did a review. Yeah. Bruce Brooks, brilliant reference to Les Paul to Strat Jester Scarlett. Nice one. Safety says, I did most of my gigs during military service at the social event house on the military department, a venue for officers and their families, 6 months, every evening till midnight. Morning run at 5 a.m. Wow.
I did my longest run of 7 nights a week. I did 10 months on the same ship with, I think we had 2 black nights in the entire run. No, I lie. We had 3 black nights in the entire run. One of them was with no shows on board.
Okay.
Because you're in dock and you're in port somewhere that everyone's getting off.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like we had a black night in Sydney for obvious reasons. We had a black night in Madeira of all places, which was great because my then girlfriend was on board. But the other black night we had was
what's that good? What's the reference that was? I see. Your girlfriend wasn't on board when you went to Sydney.
No,
I see. Right.
But we had a black night on the evening of 9/11.
Oh, nasty! Yeah.
Yeah, not a great place to be that sort of time.
No, absolutely. Okay, Stephen Robinson, read problem frequencies. Yeah, thanks. I was wondering about what consists of a problem frequency, and you say it's like a woof sound. Yes, yeah. Like something about how it sounds. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's really worth just do what I'm saying. Just move it about, and you'll find it. You'll find them. Sometimes you don't need to tame them. But keep it sharp. Keep that Q sharp. But biggest improvements to Katana. Oh, that's the other thing as well. Boost wide, cut sharp.
Sharp, yes.
Biggest improvement to, I should probably just explain that. That's if you want to boost frequencies, not if you want to find the frequency. Biggest improvement Katana can make is to add stereo outs to line and headphones instead of. Couldn't agree more.
Indeed. For all of them, not just for the Tuba 12s. What they should, of course, do is make the Tuba 12 a stereo amp as well, I think.
They should. Yeah, definitely.
You've got stereo effects in it.
Completely agree. Shahabar, you're on a desert island. You can only have one overdrive pedal. And you do you choose an Ibanez TS9, a Boss SD1, or a Maxon OD808?
Maxon for me, please.
I haven't tried the 808.
If it's anything like the Maxon, I've got. Hang on, I've got the Maxon RTD 800, which is a tube overdrive. If it's anything like that, it's brilliant.
I would go for the SD1. Personally, I think it's a great pedal. That is right. Yes, and Stephen, yes, we have got. I've got. Well, I wouldn't say it's new, but God, there it is. It turned up at last.
That's your one, isn't it? That's your baby.
Well, yeah, it's one of them. So one of them turned up, which is this is the Plexi, 20-watt Plexi.
Nice.
It is awesome. It sounds absolutely awesome.
Is that sounds awesome running through a cab or running through your aux or running through the 2-notch torpedo or just sounds excellent?
Do you know, I've only plugged it into the torpedo so far, and it's just, I can't explain it. It's that yeah, Studio Classic, that's right, Shahar. It's so immediate. It's so reactive. It sounds, and it's a joy to play. And again, you know, plug in. I love the Cortex, but there's such a difference plugging into, you know, like a fast amplifier. I'm not talking like how can I explain fast amplifier? Not a spongy amplifier. It's really immediate.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great amp.
Really good.
So I've got the 800, which is that's the classic, isn't it? So what's the 800 version called? Is that the modern or the studio or something?
Sorry, Shahar. The Studio Classic is the 800.
Yeah.
The Studio Vintage is that one,
yes,
which is the Plexi, and I've ordered the Jubilee, the Silver Jubilee Mini, the Mini Jubilee.
So between the two of us, we'll have 3 of them. That's pretty cool.
But there's only 3.
All right. Oh, there's the DSL, which was not great. Yeah.
Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't compare to these. These are like British made.
Yeah. Nice.
As opposed to made in the Far East and stuff. But yeah. Best way to set EQ problem frequency is to use a spectrum analyzer plugin and do it graphically. Interesting.
That works. If you're doing it in a DAW, the best plugin by a country mile for it is FabFilter Pro Q3.
Brilliant.
It's awesome. It's awesome. For that reason, you can see what's going on. With drums, you can go, oh, there it is. There's the nasty one. Pull it out.
Yeah. Stephen Ross and Bruce Books. Yeah, I saw that in one of the videos. I need to learn more about that. Awesome. Studio Classic or Amp 1? Oh, well, that's a really good. That's Studio
Go
Vintage.
on.
It's a Studio Vintage.
Yeah.
Well,
how close could you get the Quad Cortex to sound to that amp?
Well, this is what I tried. This is what I was starting to do a video on today. And I just felt like I'm not getting anywhere. And I know that the thing is, there are people that love the Quad Cortex, and there are people that would love an amp. I would love the amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
And normally it happens that people that have got one think that's the best.
Yeah.
It was quite hard work getting the Quad Cortex to sound like that. that doesn't mean that the Quad Cortex did a bad job. It just didn't sound. The plexi sound in it did not sound like that.
Yeah.
I should do a video, but then I just don't like getting people
You're gonna
going,
get
you didn't do that right. You could have done that. Or
haters. That's the thing.
yeah, not into
What
that.
did they say? You can please some of the people. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to think of it because I want to do a video tomorrow, and I want to do a video like that, but I can't think how to do it in a way that makes everyone happy. Okay. Are you? So sorry. Studio Classic or Amp One? Well, the Amp One's definitely more versatile.
Which one gives you the fizzle when you play it?
Oh, both to a certain extent. I mean, it's well, the thing is that the plexi does one thing, doesn't it?
But it does it really well.
It does it really, really well. Well, the Amp One does so much more. It's really hard, yeah. Are you guys familiar with? No, I don't even know how to say that. Huge.
All right, I'm going to go with huge.
Huge. Val Ovitra. He's awesome. Zach Wild, John Sykes nut. He swears by the JC800, the JCM 800, but recently switched to the Amp One because it floored him. Excellent.
I wish I'd never sold my JCM 800. It was such a good amp, but obviously I have the classic coming now. So
yeah,
when it arrives,
it will. No, apparently, July 10th. Apparently,
it's not quite. I've not waited quite as long for that as I will have done I did for the Quad Cortex, but it ain't going to be far off.
I don't know. Yeah, it's that's been some time. Time for you guys to start doing some giveaways on your channel. Paul, can you start with a custom shop telly? How do I put in the fix? Yes, you're dead right. I've definitely got. The thing is, doing this channel, you end up with being sent quite a lot of stuff, and that sounds like oh, poor you. But James has a lockup.
And also the problem is, very, very rarely does anyone say to you, this is a gift. Because if they do say that, first thing you have to do is declare it when you're making the video. If you're that's a legal requirement now. I don't know of anyone who's been done for it yet, but certainly it's a legal requirement. You have to make sure that you say this item, no matter how much value it has, was a gift, which is great.
Yeah.
But unless something is gifted to you, it's kind of very awkward to say to a brand, "Oh, is this a freebie?" and then 3 weeks later give it away on the channel.
That's very true. Yes, it's half the stuff you hang on to, waiting for someone to pick up, waiting for that phone call, the email for them to say, "Can we have that back now?"
I mean, and we are talking years in some cases. I've had stuff actually for years and then had it asked for back.
Yes.
Now, on my normal principle of if it ain't used in a year, I sell it. That can be quite dangerous. Moving on.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I tell you what. Yes, I definitely need to do a giveaway because I've got like tons of pedals that I probably don't even use anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I use the pedals on my board. Maybe swap out one or two. So I will definitely do that.
The problem is, what you need to do to support a giveaway is make a video on that pedal. And what you'll do is you'll make a video on the pedal and realize how much you like it.
Yeah, probably true. Possibly true. Yeah, if anyone could think, is there a way of doing a giveaway that's beneficial? Because I'm happy. I mean, I don't mind giving stuff away at all. But is there a way where you can go, oh, when we reach so many thousand subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway, or someone will get this, or I don't know.
Well, it has to be say this is kind of a strategy meeting out loud, isn't it, online? But
It is a bit, yeah. Probably
normally you do it when you get to a big number and you give away something huge. But what you do is you approach the brands and you say, "Can we have this, this, and this, please? So when we get to this number, we can give you an entire mailing list of people that
You've given me an idea. Perfect. Thank you. That's the sort of thing that I wanted. That's the idea.
Right.
Okay. I'll have a chat with someone tomorrow.
It's so good that we have these open strategy meetings.
Yes, definitely. Paul will give you a free cat. Then she traps it. Gift the tax man. Paul's car boot sale. Just an observation. The chorus guitar chord progression on your song Walk Away is outstanding. Oh, thank you. Cheers, Eric. That's very nice of you.
I like that song as well. Abby
one, yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, I tell you what, should we do news?
Yes. Share your screen, sir. Show us the goodies.
Share. Here we go. Share screen. That one.
Okie dokie. There she blows.
So yeah, nothing. There is some interesting stuff. So PRS have come out with a new guitar amp, HX50 and HX100, that are basically based on Jimi Hendrix 69 Marshall Super Lead, the Woodstock amp head.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's going to sound great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the PRS stuff tends to not be that expensive. Or is this
no, you see they do the American stuff and they do the wherever it's made in the in
stuff.
Yeah. No, I think this is going to be quite expensive. Let's have a look. So the $3,000 ish.
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it?
That's quite a bit of money.
It's quite a lot of money.
It's a fair bit, but it is more affordable than Hendrix's original head, one of which was listed for $350,000 on Reverb earlier this year.
Yes, that's a lot of money as well.
Sorry,
that's a lot of money as well. But
yes.
I know which I'd rather have.
What, the original?
No, the PRS every time. If I was going to use it, I'd want the PRS.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
It wouldn't go wrong, and if it does go wrong, you moan at someone and they come and fix it, or they send you another one. Whereas the original Hendrix one, you'd be scared to use.
Yes. Do you know? I've never played through a PRS amp ever.
Don't think I have either.
Interesting.
I nearly bought one of the baby ones, the lunchbox ones. I thought,
nice. Oh, the Tremonti one.
Yes, I thought it looked great.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Every week we talk about them.
Harley Benton moment.
Harley Benton moment. Every week they come up with something new. But how cool is that?
Is it actually headless, or have they actually?
No, it's proper headless.
Nice.
I really like it because do you remember the Ibanez Red Beach?
Yes.
It had that sort of cutaway thing.
Yep.
There.
I like that.
Yeah, and then anyway, let me show you the bridge.
Oh,
isn't that great?
I've got time for that. I like that a lot.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's modern without being out there and weird.
£382.
That's incredible. 400 quid for that.
That is. But the thing is, it doesn't look like a Harley Benton. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the Harley Benton. There's not. But there's nothing on it that would make you go, oh, that looks like a budget guitar.
That's hilarious.
It looks expensive.
Yeah. I like the pinky one as well. The pinky purpley one. That's very cool.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Where's that? That one there.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, really nice. You might like. You like this sort of stuff? People are going to be going, yawning. But you want to talk about this?
Well, it's a Roland Go Mixer Pro X. It says that on the screen, so I'm good at that. What it is, it's a audio mixer for your smartphone, so you can actually run effects and real-time processing that's controllable from the hardware, but your phone is doing all the hard work.
That's brilliant.
Very, very cool. And it does processing, and it's got a decent mic preamp in it. Really cool thing. I like it a lot.
Great for vloggers and stuff, I guess.
For vloggers, for kind of one-man bands, the kind of house concert craze.
Yeah.
Really cool little thing. That and a single speaker, one of the like a little QSC speaker or one of those Bose Tower things. Great little box.
Yeah.
Great for that.
Next,
Run all your backing tracks off your phone.
yeah, that's true.
There's also a video capture option from the camera as well, which looks really cool as well.
Nice.
And it's not that expensive either.
No, it's not at all. What is it? It's 140
quid?
149 euros.
Yeah.
Bargain. Batteries as well. Nice. Okay. I didn't know where to do this one, but
Yeah.
it's all gone a bit metal. It's all gonna. So Ibanez is. I mean, I remember, when I first started playing guitar.
Down pit with braces and whip it.
Exactly, that sort of stuff. Guitars like this, I wanted that. I wanted like a BC Rich Warlock. Yeah. Would I want it now? Nah.
I always wanted a bright pink.
Oof. Yeah.
The 80s Strat, the one without
the HM Strat. The HM
Yeah.
Strat. Yeah.
I always wanted one of those, and they're back, aren't they? They were back at NAMM 2 years ago.
Yeah. HM Strats. Yeah.
They had the slightly funky headstock. I really liked that guitar.
Yeah.
Then a mate of mine bought a Ibanez. Well, the fact was an Ibanez. It was like the JS series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really nice guitar, and I went, oh, I love that too. All the roundedness and stuff. Like, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, Setron was good. Yeah, but anyway, anyone likes metal guitars? They're not cheap.
They're probably very good instruments, though. It's not like.
But one trick pony, though.
It's a show guitar, isn't it?
But you're not really going to be doing a jazz gig with it, are you?
I did have a guitarist turn up to do a jazz gig, a big band gig with me, and he said, before I open the case, I'm really sorry. I left all my other guitars on a gig last night, and this is the only thing I had in the car. And he turned up with a flying V, but my God, could he play?
Oh,
when
wow.
he turned up, he was all over it, all the really nice jazz chords, and he was awesome. But I took the Mickey out of him, something rotten on the gig.
Awesome.
I said, amazing noise, but look at the guitar, and he kind of held it up, and everyone went rock and roll. It was hilarious.
Nice. Okay. Again, Benton.
Bass.
I don't know about that.
Thing is, bass players get away with so much looks wise, don't they?
Do they?
I think basses you can get away with a lot. To me, that's a bit fugly, but
it's fugly.
I think you'd get away with that on a gig, especially the blue one. The blue one looks cool.
I like the color. Yeah. No. Whoever designed that, look, 300 you. I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it? Right. Bonamassa.
Yeah.
Right. Let's not deny that he is a guitar god.
He is.
He
I
is
was
amazing.
watching one of his videos before you joined the stream earlier on.
Absolutely amazing. He loves an endorsement though, doesn't he?
He's up there with Jordan Rudess for endorsements.
He is, isn't he? He's a bit like he's a bit like Rudess. So Fender have done a Joe Bonamassa, they call it the Bludgeon, which is 51 Nocaster.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not going to love the price, though, am I?
No, you definitely won't love the price.
It's a £5,000 guitar, isn't it?
No, it's not a £5,000 guitar.
It's more, isn't it?
Yes, it's definitely more.
It's a £10,000 guitar, isn't it?
Well, don't just wait. So, anyway, it's a Greg Fessler master built guitar. And they built. How many have they built? I don't know. They built a few of them.
Right.
Anyway, $8,500.
Ouch! That hurts.
I know it is nice though. It is nice, and there, James. You get your humbucker in the neck.
Humbucker in the neck.
I think, yeah. The thing I really like about it, I love the no caster necks. I love that big fat old neck on it.
Don't start talking about fat necks. You'll upset people.
Let's not talk about that. Okay, right. This I thought was interesting.
That's cool. That's classically cool.
Right. So Stingray, but with a dark glass preamp in it.
Very cool.
How good is that?
Yeah. That is two cool companies coming together to make something very amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Brilliant idea.
Because I'd love a proper Stingray. I've been looking on eBay. You know, we were talking about new guitars and stuff. I'm actually thinking a Stingray bass might be a cooler option.
Yeah. Do you know, every time I got Dan Hawkins to do a session, I'd always request a Stingray because his Stingray sound is so good.
That lovely kind of dark chocolate flame one he's got is awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. It sounds great, that thing. Okay. Right. Talking about tools.
Do you know what? Actually, though, I've heard the new album and I really like it.
No, I think the new I think the High Flying Bird stuff is so much better than Oasis. But
he needs to learn how to mix his vocals, though, because one of the songs, the vocal is so low it's almost inaudible.
Is it?
Yeah, but this looks sweet.
I was speaking to someone the other day, and he said, "Do you think that Noel Gallagher ruined guitar solos?"
No, I think Kurt Cobain did that.
No, but Kurt Cobain was cool. Kurt Cobain did it in like an ironic sort of way. It was like he was making a noise. Like Noel Gallagher, his guitar solos, like that changed. It made it acceptable for dodgily played guitar solos.
And there was a lot of those in the 90s, wasn't there?
There were. Yeah, there were. But I mean, that's a lovely looking guitar, though.
I bet it's expensive.
4,299.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Are they even big? Are Oasis big in the States?
I don't know.
Has he got a custom? Has he got like a?
He's not.
He doesn't look very pleased about it, does he? Look at that picture.
No, he's a miserable git.
Look at him. Look.
I worked with them on the Difficult third album.
Did you?
And yeah, I actually, one of my claims to fame outside in the music tech world is I had a helicopter land on top of me for the making of an Oasis video.
Did you?
Yeah, I think it's one of the songs on Be Here Now where they're in a quarry and there's a helicopter.
Right.
And the closing shot was the helicopter landing over the camera, and some idiot had to do it, and I said, "I'll do it."
that was pretty stupid.
It's not my crowning glory when it comes to stupid things to do for pop videos. That definitely goes to the Radiohead video for No Surprises.
Yes, that was. Yes, you said that one.
Yeah, that was me.
And I've just seen this though.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice, isn't it?
That's a Lucille, isn't it? Because it's got the extra knob.
Yeah. Cool though. Anyway, last one because I think no, that's going to be expensive, isn't it? Oh, well, it's expensive, but it's £4,420.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Not cheap. Anyway, last one. Ready?
Yeah. Okay, I'm removing that from the screen.
It's a knitted keyboard that you can buy. Anyway,
I'm not even going to give that the.
What is going on? What is going on with the world?
I've got nothing.
Oh, anyway, okay, I'm coming out.
You're already out. I couldn't stand the knitted keyboard any longer.
Okay, where are we? We're quite far behind.
We are. I think we're starting with.
Okay, got cat. Paul, give you a free cat. Yeah. When using the compressor in the Boss Katana, what settings would you recommend using the light compressor for a live setting where the pedal is just going to always be on but not noticeable? Yeah, the light. To be honest, the light compressor is the one to go for.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely done videos on it. I can't remember. I haven't got it with me. If I had it with me, I could dial one in, but I'll have to. Might be worth having a look at some previous videos, if that's all right. WB, check out some of the Katana. I'm sure I did one on compression, almost guaranteed. Stephen Robinson, gift the Taxman. Ooh, that sounded that.
Yes, because whenever you give something away, you can thing it against tax.
Ooh, I like that.
Difference is, of course, you'd have to bought it in the first place. And if you're trying to blag stuff,
I've got no. I'm happy to give away stuff that I bought. No. Oh, I see what you mean. If I'm blagging stuff, yes, I've got an idea about something. I've got
okay.
an idea. Just
Tell me when we go off air.
Okay. Paul's car boot sale. Just an observation. The chorus guitar. Oh no, we've done that. We've done that. Sorry. Knowledge is the most valuable giveaway that you regularly do. Oh, cheers, Safie.
Oh, Safie. Oh, good man.
Good man. Stephen says headless is dangerous. Could slip out your hands when you're swinging it around.
In a Who cover gig. I like that.
Mike Pinion, 3,000. Oh, okay, $3,000 amp. $3,000 amp. I think he's talking about the PRS one.
Yeah.
Bruce, the original Hendrix amp has probably been modified or repaired so many times that if you blew it up and repaired it, no one could probably tell the difference. You're probably true.
Yep. Scary but true. It's like a friend of mine. I used to play in a band with a guy who was well known as being a Stevie Ray Vaughan super fan.
Awesome.
To the point where he'd had some of his Fender. It was the 4x10. So it's the 4x10 with a Vibralux.
Okay.
Vibralux. He'd had his modified by Stevie Ray's Tech in the States. And they came back and they were louder, they were brighter, they were just more brutal. And he said, you know, it's one of those things that if this died, that's my tone gone. That's quite scary when you say it like that, isn't it? You've put your entire tone in someone else's hands to mod an amp. There's no way you're getting it back. Scary.
I think, I mean, it's a cliche, isn't it? But tone comes from the fingers more than.
Yeah, agreed. But Terry's a good player, really good player for that sort of style of kind of Lone Star blues.
Nice, yeah.
That whole I can't even begin to do it. That whole kind of open string thing where you're off the
top.
Yeah, very, very cool noise.
Love that. Yeah, love that. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. Katana 100 2x12s, $850.
That's quite a lot.
That is a lot, isn't it?
Mine was definitely cheaper than that.
Okay, Eric Priest, to the person who asked about the Katana 50 versus 100 earlier, apparently the Katana 100 has a slightly beefier magnet in the speaker. It results in a somewhat punchier tone. Interesting.
There you go.
Cheers, Eric. I don't understand why you would buy a guitar with fake wear. Oh, have you seen my guitars?
I have to admit, I'm not a great fan of relicking.
Aren't you?
Not a massive fan, but you do have some nice guitars, and I've seen some those relic tellies we saw at Guitar looked amazing.
Yeah,
you pay a lot of money for a good relic, for a good fake job.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I personally love relics. I know. Yeah, as there's people like James.
What's working with me?
Yeah. I love them. I think. But I love them, for one reason is I'm not precious about it. So if I go to a gig, I mean, if I could go, shall I go and get? Hold on.
Oh, he's got the legs out.
The legs are out. Don't. I've been mountain biking. You want to see the state of my legs? I've got scars all over from coming off. So for me, and I know it's a personal preference, but if you've got a relic guitar and I bang it at a gig or I drop it and I chip off some more paint, I don't care.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, but I don't. I suppose I don't have any relic guitars. I've got one really old guitar, which I really like because it's got all that kind of cracking and patina and stuff going on, and I really like that in it. But that's real. That's
Yeah, I get that. Yes, I think I would prefer it to be the original.
The video I was just watching of Joe Bonamassa was him and his Cajun Les Paul, the one with the P90s, and it's original kind of. It's been in the deep south of America, getting hot and getting humid and stuff, and all the it's a
52.
52, I think. Really, it's a really old one, and it's mashed, but it looks so cool.
Yeah, do you remember that? I reviewed that proper 52 that Jesse from
Yes, from Lazy J.
Lazy J. Yeah, it's great sounding guitar that was.
I really would like a Les Paul with P90s.
Yeah.
But a good one. That's the problem.
A good one. Yeah, a good one with P90s. Unfortunately, Oasis was big in the US. That's such a shame. I'm sorry. Apologies now.
As opposed to the Beatles, who were big in the USSR. That was back in the USSR.
But Oasis, I mean, I don't want to slag off other bands and stuff, but lyrically, what is Oasis lyric? What is going on?
It's not my thing, if I'm honest.
No.
But if you play Wonderwall at a gig, it'll just bring the house down.
There we go. Oh, no, go.
Can't remember it.
No, I can't remember that. I worked for Oasis when I lived in the UK, but it was Oasis Stores fashion company. Still, we got a lot of misdelivered fan mail.
I've got a mate, guitar player called Dave Arch, and the guy who is the MD for the Strictly Come Dancing band is also called Dave Arch. Occasionally, my Dave Arch gets Dave Arch's mail, and occasionally, even more occasionally, gets his PRS checks as well.
That was like Bruce Dickinson from Little Angels getting Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden's PRS.
Yeah, I suspect that was significantly more, though.
Oh, gosh, yeah. You mean that's not authentic wear? So disillusioned. Yeah, that telly, I thought it was just worn from your long career. I wish I could afford a 52 Telecaster, but I can't. I feel cheated. We call that gig mojo.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're sort of done, aren't we?
I think we're done. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We've run out of questions, so that's all cool. Thank you for joining us. We will be online same time next week, 8:00 British Summer Time. We'll be in the same room in our Airbnb. Hopefully, this is all on the proviso that the internet is good enough and all that sort of stuff works. We'll make it work somehow, even if we're all stood around on phones. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work, and definitely there's going to be some beers going around. So
there definitely will. So if anyone fancies joining us, please do. Same place, 8 p.m. next week for more of the same craziness, but maybe with lager. Who knows? So from myself and my colleague over there, Mr. Drew, it's good night. Take care, everyone, and we hope to see you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.
Wash hands.